Okay, in this video we'll be showing how to do a simple model scan of an upper and a lower model and the bite registration done just by rubber banding those teeth into maximum intercuspation. So this is kind of a base level, easiest type of model scan that you can do. So you'll want to start a new case after launching the software. You can put in whatever the patient's information is, whatever the doctor's information is, and then since this is a model scan, we're just going to select models. Now it does not matter which order you acquire this data in, so we can scan in any order. We can capture the buccal bite or the alignment scan, the upper, then the lower, or any combination of those. I'll just go in order here, so I'm going to first hit scan lower. And the camera's going to start. It gives you a live view on the right, and it's telling you to orient the stone cast in the manner shown on the left-hand side. So I'll grab my cast. And I actually don't have any stone models, so these are some 3D printed models that I'll be using, but the same principles apply. What you'll need to do is, if it's a really short model like mine is right here, you're probably going to need to use the height adapter. And so the height adapter just comes on and it brings the scan or the object up into the focal view of the camera more. And then just take some of the blue tack material that will be on your model scanning plate and simply take this and press it in to the blue tack material. Okay, make sure that everything is lined up again, that once again it's horizontal here, it's straight up and down, and with that done, now we can go to the scanner and hit scan lower. Okay, the lower model has finished scanning, and as you can see, we don't have any holes that I can see in this. Should you have any holes that perhaps the scanner missed due to undercuts or whatever, you can add view. So orient the screen here where it's looking into the area of that missing data, and then just hit add view. It will take a couple more images and incorporate those in. But this looks good, so I'm going to finish the lower. And you'll see that this is going to say post-processing down here. It's doing some final cleanup. You can go ahead with your upper scan at this point. So I'll hit scan upper. Exact same process. This time we just need to swap out the models. So I'll put the upper one on now. Okay, it's finished scanning the upper. Once again, have a good look at it. Make sure you don't have any holes in the models, and if you don't, then you can go ahead and finish. If you do, you can once again orient to the area of the holes and hit add view. So we'll finish this, and the last thing that we'll need to do is acquire the alignment data. So there's multiple ways of alignment for this. Again, we'll do the simplest one, which is just a couple of models in maximum intercuspation rubber banded together. Or using some means of tacking them together, hot glue gun, tack material, whatever. So this is the method that we'll be choosing, upper and lower casts in occlusion. So I'll select next. And once again, you've got the live view on your camera. And what you need to do now is take your upper and lower model, assemble them. And again, you could use tack material. I'm just going to use a little bit. You could use a rubber band. That's probably the most common way. But I'm going to use some tack material and just tack these into place. And then you need to orient this on here. Now, what I've found is that if you've got really short models like this, it almost helps to have these oriented up towards the camera like that so that the upper is not going to cut off a lot of your mandibular cast. And so that's what I'm going to do is just use some tack material to orient the models on here. And the yellow dot is always facing towards the back. So we can just stand these up, and you do want to get a good picture for this one because it's only going to take a single image for the buccal bite. And so again, try to get that facing the camera as much as you can. Alright, so as you see, it just took a single image, so there's not a lot of data on this, but it doesn't need a lot to correlate the models together. So I'm going to finish this. And once this is done post-processing of the bite, the last thing that will be left to do is to align them. Okay, with post-processing now complete and it says ready down here, you're ready to align things. Now I like to just kind of save cases as I go along to make sure that should anything ever happen, I can always get back to where I was. At this point, you can do your cropping or aligning in any order that you want to. For this video, I'll show the cropping first. So the crop tool is relatively easy to use. You can use it in a lasso, which is this button. And when using it as a lasso, you'll hold down your shift button and lasso what you want to keep. Now, as I say that, I just did the wrong thing. So you're going to see when I hit crop here, it's going to keep the part that I should have discarded. So that's opposite of what I'm used to, but I actually kind of like this feature. I'm gonna reset this and do it as it should be done. So this time you can crop the actual model. Okay, and then you can go and do your other models while you're in here. And now here is the buccal bite that we captured, and so all that I really want is the teeth. Now all of that other stuff is just extraneous data that's not going to be helpful in stitching these models up. So I'm going to crop that away, and let's save these. And finally, let's go ahead and align these. Now the software is going to do this automatically, assuming you picked up enough information in your buccal bite stage. Then it should automatically stitch your models up as seen here. That looks like a great stitch, and it asks you if they're well aligned. Should they not be, you would say no, and you've got the option to do some manual stitching. But frankly, I find it easier, if that's the case, just to go back to the alignment stage and capture a few more pictures like I added on this case, so that you've got a little bit more data. So with this done, I'll click finish, and we are done scanning this case. If you want to export these files now, you can hit export to files. And here you see the three models that we've got. I'll go ahead and open these in Mesh Mixer so that you can see them. I'll import the others as well. That will be labeled alignment single. So we'll bring these in, and now you can see everything meshed up together. We'll turn the buccal bite off, and now you can see these are really nice models. Really good detail to them. Again, mine are not stone models, and so that's why you can see some of the printing ridges in this. These are just printed models, but again, very good accuracy, and everything is well aligned. So a simple process that you should be able to delegate to any staff member.